Hey, Kara, how are you, honey? Sheesh. I'm just trying to set this up, and it's not working as great as I thought. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like, seriously sorry. I'll just move it over here. It's probably better over here. Hi, everybody. Hey, Percy. I'm okay, Kara. How are you? Sorry about that, eh? Seriously. Like, click, 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 click. I just can't even get it all straight. We forgive you. Well, thank you. Everybody got their tea, coffee, drink, whatever they're doing. How is everybody? I hope you guys are having a good day. So today I'm gonna do a few stories with you guys, but what am I up to? I am doing 7 days of live on YouTube, so everybody can have a chance to really get to know me. And yeah, I don't know. I've gotten a few emails and people were like, okay, I really want to spend more time with you. I'm unable to catch your lives. Can you please, do more? So that's why we're here. Tomorrow I have a special, Days of Our Lives, exactly. Tomorrow I have a super awesome special to do with you guys. It is Mott's and Caesar's 50th anniversary. So I'm going to be doing Caesar Saturday, and yeah, we'll hang out and you'll get to see what that is. If you've never had one, if you've never seen it, you've never made one, we're going to hang out in the kitchen a little bit, make one, and hang out and do like a Caesar Saturday. So Little Caesar. No, not the pizza though. I'm talking about like the drink. So it's got tomato juice, well, like clamato juice or whatever, It's got a little bit of alcohol. It's got some hot sauce, some Worcestershire sauce, and a Bloody Berry. There you go. Yeah, kind of like that. Hey, Lori. It's afternoon for me, but good morning to you, sweetheart. I hope you're doing good. I hope you have your coffee. If you don't, I'll wait for you. You can grab yours. I got mine. How's everybody's week been? We are now at TGIF, right? Everybody loves that one. TGIS with TG on TGIF, right? Too funny. You're getting your coffee as we speak? All right, hon. I shall wait for you. What was tiring? Oh, the week. Oh, aw. Well, it is over now. You can at least enjoy the weekend and not have to, hopefully not have to do any work or whatever. It's just a nice day, nice time. Thanks, Percy. Appreciate the compliment. That's awesome of you. Where's your girlfriend at these days? She working, or how's your son? Hope he's doing good. Little man doing the dishes. Such a cutie, seriously. You're fighting children right now, Kara? Oh no. Oh no. Did you hear on the news that, or well, I actually don't exactly know. I'll check when it happened. I'll see if I can find when it happened. But on the news in Florida, there was these 3 kids that were being babysat. One of them was just a friend, and then 2 were siblings, and they were being babysat. And the 3 of them, she went in to go to the bathroom. The babysitter went in to go to the bathroom, and the 3 kids climbed into a freezer that's shut. There was like a little latch, so they couldn't push it open. And then 30 minutes, she's looking for them, you guys. 30 minutes, she couldn't find them. And she finally looks at them, sees the freezer, and decides to open it, and they were dead. Just brutal. Just brutal. I was like, oh no. It was on Inside, I think Inside Edition. But just crazy, you know? So the host on Inside actually went and did like a little blurb or whatever, like a little covering on the story, and she climbed into a freezer to kind of see, because there was a guy that said like these things are they're kind of pretty soundproof too and stuff, so it would have been difficult to hear even if they were screaming or trying to get help, you know. But where's BFF Clary? I know what, she's probably just not even home from work yet, or maybe dealing with her little ones. I don't know. Hey, Kurt Love Crime. Hi from the Gulf. Cool. Well, hello. That's awesome. Hey, Hazel Turner. How are you? Thank God you don't have a deep freezer. No kidding, eh, Kara? But I mean, so here's the thing that I think is going to happen with that. I think obviously, you know, the manufacturer is going to figure out some kind of a mechanism, you know, something that would create for it to open if there was something stuck inside that needed to get out, you know. Hey, Tracy, how are you? I hope everybody's having a great day. Get your coffee and your tea. We're gonna do paranormal stories today. I'm just waiting for, you know, everybody to grab their coffee or their tea or their drink. I don't know. There's different hours all around the world, so you know, doesn't matter what you have. Just grab your drink. Hi, Trace. Percy, I went and unblocked you today. Sorry about that, eh? Sheesh. That was just too weird of timing, though, in my opinion. You've got some Patron on the gravel, or Patron, sorry. Yes, sorry, whatever. You know, but you asking me about my like technology, and then all of a sudden everything starts giving glitches and stuff really freaked me out. And I was like, what the fiddle? So yeah, that's what I did. You have a snowstorm coming, Trace. Whereabouts are you? Isn't he beautiful? He is. They both are. The other one's all gray. So I mean, they both have their own. I don't see the other one right now, but they both have their own like super cute qualities, you know? I call them my little fur men. You're in Iowa. Oh, okay. You wish it was the Gulf Ontario. Well, you know, well, whatever, right? It is what you make of it, right, Kurt? Too funny. Hazel's just like, oh my goodness. Too funny. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, it was super weird, and I just got all like, yeah, weirded out. So that's what happened. Anyways, all right, there goes my kitty Cloud again. I think he just loves the camera. I don't know. Hey, Lady A, how are you? We're going to be reading a story today, actually 2 short ones. This book's called The Dead Roam the Earth, and it's true stories of paranormal from around the world. The author is Alasdair Wickham. If I'm saying that correctly, because I'm not good at saying names, so forgive me on that. Hey, Dare to Be Different. So glad you made it. Okay, so yeah, so this first story, we'll sort of jump into it. If I miss saying hi to you guys, I'm sorry. I'm just we'll go through the first story and then we'll chit chat, I guess. Or I might. There's this one little piece. Hang on. Where is that? Yeah, no, there's no piece there. Okay, so yeah. So this first one is actually hey Dana, how are you, hon? I'm glad you made it, girl. What, the English in Canada? What are you talking about, Percy? I want to see how many minutes we're in. Oh yeah, 10. Okay. All right. You'd love some snow, Lori. You can have some of mine. Please take it all. Seriously. All right. Hey, Jose. All right. Easy now. I love the unicorn. It snowed one time in your life where you live? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Although, like, I've only had like one green Christmas that I can remember of where there really wasn't any snow on the ground at all. But it's pretty chilly over in Manitoba, that's for sure. Jose, you're off work today? Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks for joining. We're going to do a story on paranormal, true story from this book, because I thought it would be really cool to do, and we're doing like 7 days of live, so fitting that we, fit in a different party time. You're funny, Jose. Fitting that we fit in a different type of storyline. So come to Wisconsin, forget it. Sorry. After what just happened to Jamie Kloss in Wisconsin, no thank you. Yeah, I don't like too hot, though. I tend to get bitchy if it's too hot. So, yeah. All right, let's see if I can't point this down towards the book. And then people know that I'm reading something. Oh, boy. Okay, so this story is called Towards a World Mind, the darkest modern myth of all, ? Okay? The date is August 31st. The time is 12:20 a.m. The place is the Ritz Hotel in Paris. One of the most famous women in the world is leaving with her lover. They are ushered out through the back door and into a fast Mercedes S280. Their driver swearing that he will be able to get them to their destination. Rue Arce Houssaye, avoiding the worst of the clattering shutters, flashing lights, and harsh shouts of the waiting paparazzi. They never get there. Princess Diana and her lover, Dodi Fayed, are killed in the Mercedes, smashed into a pillar supporting the roof of the Pont de la Mare road tunnel. In spite of their crash into the 13th pillar and the numerous conspiracy theories surrounding the event, there is no mystery surrounding their actual death. The driver was drunk. The car hit the pillar at 65 miles per hour. Neither Diana nor Dodi were wearing seatbelts. At Diana's funeral, her brother, the 9th Earl Spencer, commented on the paradox that a woman who shared her name with the goddess of hunting had in turn become the most hunted woman on earth. But the reaction to her death suggested that Diana did more than share her name with a goddess. As the world behaved as if genuine divinity had been killed. In an astonishing collective outpouring of grief, the demise of the first genuine icon of the internet age was commemorated by completed strangers accessing well springs of emotion that normally would have been reserved for their nearest and dearest. The scale and depth of the grief took everyone by surprise, even in the UK, where the people knew Diana best. 5 days after her death, a journalist at one of the country's leading newspapers asked the editor how long this Diana nonsense was going to keep everything else off the front page. "We'll carry on for as long as it takes," the editor replied. "This is all the nonsense that anyone wants to read." If ever a scientist wanted to create conditions to measure something as vague as a collective global consciousness or to test a machine that could measure emotion, these were the ideal conditions. Interestingly enough, the 10 years before these events, such a machine had been invented and it was now up and running. I'm going to pause right there just for a second because I did want to say, like, I loved Princess Diana. I thought she was like the prettiest and so just very feminine and just beautiful, just wonderful. I just have to say that. Like, honestly, how could you not like her? But whatever. Let's not start with that controversy because maybe there's some that don't. So, I thought she was an amazing figure in that world. So, hi Paula, how are you? A natural beauty. Oh, thanks. You're so sweet. Diana was the most loved princess. I totally agree with you. Yes. All right. Carrying on. Carrying on. Oh, yeah, she was. I think so. Yeah. Okay. So, organized research into shared global consciousness dates back to the tail end of the conscious raising 1960s and the beginning of the more skeptical 1970s. Helmut Schmidt at the Boeing Laboratories started a ball rolling, and it was picked up by Princeton University, where Robert Hahn established the Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research Pair Laboratory. He wanted to discover whether feelings or intentions could be measured, but in a radically new way. Up until that point, the main thrust of research had been to do with telepathy, two people communicating using their minds alone. But this was not about one person drawing a picture in one room and someone else trying to guess what it was. The subjects of the experiment would be the entire human race, and we would not even be aware that our feelings were being measured. We just had to keep on going with our normal day-to-day life while the scientists saw if there was anything to measure. This was why an event such as the death of Princess Diana was so important, tragic though it was. For most of the time, everyone feels different things as we go about our daily lives. Events where millions have the same feelings at the same time are few and far between. But the project was unique in two other respects. In most experiments, measurements of change is taken for granted, and the researchers are more interested in the application of what they are seeing. In this experiment, all attention was focused on the measurement itself. If scientists could show that equipment registered changes in emotion, it would prove to skeptics, firstly, that mind could affect matter, and secondly, that there was such a thing as global consciousness. At the heart of the experiment in the specifically designed piece of equipment called the Random Event Generator, REG. This is a program loaded into a computer that generates an unending regular stream of random figures. Another program then analyzes the results, and any deviation from the norm can be timed and analyzed. Experience suggests that scientists and statisticians that a certain proportion of randomness randomness to apparent pattern can be predicted. If the result departed from this, the anomalies could be identified and matched to key events that might be said to affect mass consciousness. Research would also compare findings linked to important events with findings linked to no event at all to establish whether or not there was a difference between them. Early results were impressive and unexpected. In the USA, the jury verdict of the O.J. Simpson trial produced measurable readings. Emotions ran high as the event prompted a full-scale national debate and much heart-searching, as did the Oscar ceremony, perhaps suggesting that humans are rather undiscriminating about what they expend their emotional energy on. An opportunity to broaden the experiment came in 1996 when the scientists met like-minded researchers in an international Gaia conference. During Princess Diana's funeral, data was sent in from 12 locations in Europe and the United States, while the compelling funeral was being broadcast live from Westminster Abbey in London. The results were astounding. Significant anomalies were recorded during the process, and in particular, while the Lord's Prayer was being recited in the Abbey. A week later, similar, if less impressive, results were recorded for the funeral of another international icon whose image and popularity crossed national and cultural boundaries, the funeral of Mother Teresa. Both these events were linked with deaths and both with Christian ceremonies. This begged the question, was the project good for measuring any other form of emotion? At the end of 1997, the project was ready to go international and become a genuine global consciousness project. The price of hardship was dropping so hard that there were no cost barriers to supplying more and more random event generators, while the internet made it possible to link up the various locations. With enough nodes in place, researchers could not resist comparing the effect to putting electrodes on the human skull for an EEG recording. A new word was coined for the technology, an electrograniogram, shortened to egg. From now on, the recording nodes would be called eggs. And as each egg fed its data into the headquarters in Princeton, excuse me, the analytical software naturally went by the name of Basket. Today, the Global Consciousness Project consists of between 60 and 65 eggs, covering most continents and time zones. So what is being measured? At this stage, no one is quite sure. Consciousness is hard enough to define in an individual, and our understanding of it is still developing. A widely accepted definition of mass consciousness is therefore still some way of, some people claim that just as we can talk about biosphere, the sum total of all life on Earth, so we need to term that describes the sum total of consciousness, a noosphere derived from the ancient Greek word for mind. Any mass surge in emotion that creates a wave of energy, and this in turn influences the readings from the nodes positioned all around the world. Thus, an event like the New Year celebrations can be measured as it creeps around the world, following the different time zones. Similarly, traumatic events such as the attack on the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center register too, because images of them are flashed around the world. Earthquakes show up again because they are sudden and dramatic, so that news can be concentrated impact, which in turn affects the consciousness field. Of course, measuring the noosphere of the sum total of global consciousness does not mean that it has suddenly come into existence, and it is impossible to believe that such an effect would not have been noticed before. So what are other theories or phenomena we can connect it with? In all likelihood, the noosphere is another term for chi or prana, a life force that Asian doctors, philosophers, and magicians have known for thousands of years. But whereas in the past, the emphasis was on looking at how this could affect the individual, in today's globalized world and the main focus, the attention is broader, broad as it could possibly be. I clearly need to take a sip of coffee. Hey, Clary, you made it. Hey, Becky. Hey, Angel. Jose, don't get too serious on us. Seriously. You missed the start? The start was of Princess Diana escaping the Paris hotel and heading out with the driver and them crashing. Hey, Angel. All right, one more sip of coffee, then we'll keep going. And yeah, you're right. The time zone keeps kicking our butt. Time difference or whatever there, you know. All right, research into it is also well advanced. In China and Japan, there has never been a strict demarcation drawn between science and religion. It is quite possible for scientists to talk seriously about chi or ki, the life force that surrounds all living things, just as priests are happy to have the power to tested, their powers tested. Sorry. This is why you might find a priest sitting in a Faraday cage to isolate him from electromagnetic waves, surrounded by cables that are picking up his energy and feeding it to an aerial a few feet away. The signals translated into graph form show a series of spikes and dips, indicating when the monk is emitting and radiating his life force. Electrodes can measure the way ki passes around the body, and people who develop skills in directing it can achieve the most extraordinary feats of physical strength. Nishino Kozo, an octogenarian who can throw fully grown men across a room by applying his ki, believes that in a form of communication, a spark that occurs within individual cells connecting with the life force that surges through the world. Quite independently, Russian scientists are also interested in this area, although we should ask what could be said to be truly independent if global consciousness really does exist. Their research into cellular chemistry is suggesting that DNA is an even more fascinating substance than we previously thought. Scientists set out to investigate the purposes of junk DNA, that is the DNA that is not used for building proteins. Working from the hypothesis that life was not wasteful and therefore the type of DNA might have a purpose, they discovered that it had certain properties that suggested it might be used as a communication and data storage bank. The breakthrough came when they discovered that the components of the DNA and alkaline molecules follow rules that can be directly compared to syntax, semantics, and grammar as they build themselves into a double helix. Going one step further, they proposed that as DNA came before language, the structure of language is common to all human beings because it follows the same rules as a structure of DNA. Because of this, it can be modulated using the same rules. Thus, while Western scientists concentrate on invasive gene splicing experiments, Russian scientists are learning how to change the structure of DNA using a combination of laser and sound technology. This goes some way to explain somehow people have the knack of healing or influencing using sound through chanting, prayer, or hypnotic talk. These people have the knack or insight to be able to tune into DNA frequencies of their patients and work on them remotely. They are also working on the theory that DNA can receive information and pass it into our conscious minds. They call this hypercommunication and speculate that it has been lost as human developed individuality. We can see a rough equivalent of this as at work in an animal kingdom. Pack animals such as dogs have an awareness of each other quite independent of the five senses. They seem to operate within something called the morphic field, a term which some apply to global consciousness, which greatly extends the limit of awareness. For example, dogs can respond to members of their human family setting out on a journey home, even though this may be hundreds of miles away. Bee and ant colonies are known to merge into what are called superorganisms, whereby creatures of limited intelligence cooperate in such a way as to create structures far beyond the capability of the individual. The product of the mass consciousness is, in short, fascinatingly, however, they can only do so under the influence of a queen. When the queen is removed to a distance, they carry on with their work and the organizational structures remain in place. When the queen is killed, however, the whole social structure collapses. Superorganisms demonstrate two things: the ability of distributed intelligence to achieve extraordinary feats, and the possibility that behind them lies a single controlling organizational force. Humans and scientists speculate lost this ability as by product of evolution, although a few magicians, telepaths, and shamans retain a vestigial power. The occult means anything hidden, and at first sight, the Global Consciousness Project is opening doors and shining the bright light of rationality and science on the subject that has so far resisted definition and measurement. But the problem in this: it is easy to be dazzled by this. To put it in another way, bright light produces deep shadows, and students of the occult might inevitably concern themselves with what can't be seen. Inevitably, therefore, we must think about those dimensions of the Global Consciousness Project that can't be seen and perhaps people would prefer not to talk about. In other words, apply a little bit of occult consciousness to it. The first thing to do is try to unpick the name global consciousness. Consciousness implies some kind of will, and to date, nothing in their research has shown any willed changes in the consciousness field. Indeed, the project would be better described as an unconsciousness project, as so far the effects they are measuring are more like the twitches on a horse's skin when the gadfly lands on it. Then the skin reacts, but in no way could it be called conscious. At present, then, the Global Consciousness Project measures what could be called the unconscious byproduct of our conscious thoughts. No problem there, you might think. But within the project, some people talk about the development of the mass consciousness as the next evolutionary step, and this is where things become a little more disturbing. Because suppose some people did evolve in such a way that they could influence the field, what would be the implications for them and for the rest of us? The purpose of an ant or a bee is really quite simple. It builds cells, it gathers food, it looks after the young, it defends the hive or nest. Human beings, on the other hand, have a moral and, by extension, immoral dimension and the development of power that set them apart from their fellow humans would put them in a uniquely different situation. Should they band together and pool their resources? Should they act to protect themselves? What would they do if their power was captured and harnessed? Would their extended consciousness and superior power justify a sort of consciousness coup? And what about the rest of humanity? How would they feel if they knew people with enhanced awareness were somehow tapping into their consciousness? And then we must look at the global aspect of the project. If this is evolutionary development and evenly shared across the entire globe, how would people feel about being absorbed into a greater whole? For the rich and powerful, this might feel like a loss of control. For the weak and powerless, this might feel like they were giving up the only thing they had left, their individuality. Hypercommunication dovetails with the Global Consciousness Project, but without proper investigation into the negative potential of such developments, they must be regarded with concern. Talk of higher consciousness is all very well, but unless it is matched by a higher moral sense, the world may be facing a greater threat still than global warming. The development of the evil world mind. The final implication is perhaps the most worrying of all, and this is the link between the project and the Gaia-based philosophy. That might be geisha, I'm not sure. According to James Lovelock, the man who first coined the term, there is nothing benign to humans in Gaia. Gaia refers not just to the Earth's life force, but to the life instinct, and such as it does not value any one form of life over another. If Gaia does not exist as a force and the Global Consciousness Project forms a bridge between it and the humans, Gaia's probably correct instinct would be to develop a mass consciousness in humans and then take immediate steps to wipe the species out. Humans are, as we keep telling ourselves, the single greatest threat to life on the planet, responsible for a massive diminution of species diversity in this extraordinarily short period of global industrialization. The truth is that Earth does not need us. For millions, if not billions of years, it was inhabited only by microbes and got on quite happily with them. You don't have to be particularly conscious to react to a threat. Think of a horse and think of the horse and the gadfly. True global consciousness, when the Earth itself wakes up, what may well be the very last thing we need. There's that first story. The other one's even shorter. It's only like 2 pages, I think. Not, yeah, like 2.5 pages. So there, that was that one. I don't know if you guys enjoyed that or how you felt about it. Truly glad to have you here. Who are you talking to, Percy? Kurt, I'm pretty sure I just added you on Facebook. But I'm on here far more often than I am on Facebook. You loved it? It was good? Clary, I was just, I told you on the last live, after this other story, if you want this book, hun, you can have it. I'm done with it. So just let me know if you want it. I'll ship it to you. You'd love it? Okay, well, you'll have to privately then just send me your info. You're mad you were late? Well, how long are we into it anyways here? It's only half an hour, so you could always thanks for sharing. Well, thank you, Vamplifier. I think it's the first time I've ever seen you here, so welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you joining. Hey, Yvette. The book is called The Dead Roam the Earth, True Stories of the Paranormal from Around the World. Alasdair Wickham is the author. We will talk this weekend at some point. I will make my damn goal. It's okay, honey. I understand busy. It's not a problem. The book is kind of fascinating. It's got some really interesting stories, you know, like stuff that kind of made my hair stand up a little bit. No joke. Like there was this one story about a Ouija board that they manufactured or something. I thought it was even in Canada, it had said. Which, you know, I don't know. Like I personally don't play with that kind of stuff. But apparently things would reappear and disappear and all that kind of stuff. And is it this story maybe? No. I'm trying to find it if I can find it, Clary. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But you can, you know, have it. Like, I don't know. Geez, you guys, there's some pretty crazy stuff in this book, you know? Like there's a picture of a girl that was possessed, and I mean her eyes are just black, and I mean it's brutal. I'm not going to show it because that's not ad friendly content. But I'll see if I can't find that story about the Ouija board. Yeah, I think I might have found it. No, that was a Canada story, but Dubai maybe. Now I'm not even paying attention to the to the comments here. I'll try to find this for you though. It literally made my hairs stand up reading it. I was like, eesh. Ugh. Yeah, okay, I found it. It was in Spain. Oh, sorry. Okay, so in Spain, it says Casual use of a locket during a Ouija session led to some unexpected consequences from a group of Spanish teenage cousins. It was summer, blistering hot, and the young people who were all crammed into a flat would stay up all hours talking. One night, to while away the time, one of them set up an improvised Ouija board using a locket as the pointer. The problem was it worked, and the spirits they contacted were unwilling to play nice. The temperature in the room dropped, and the younger members of the group got properly scared and went off to bed. The one with the locket was sleeping on the couch, and for the time that summer had to use sheets and a blanket to keep warm for the first time. He slept through the night, but one of his cousins, who had to get up in the middle of the night to get a glass of water, noticed something terrifying. The owner of the locket seemed to be asleep, but not asleep. His eyes were open but blank. His lips were pulled back over his teeth in a horrible, tight, humorless grin, and he saw his cousin staring at him. He pulled the locket off his neck and threw it across the room at him. The member of the party sleeping in the other room were awoken by the banging sound that seemed to come from the inside of a wall. In the morning, he remembered nothing of this. Indeed, he remembered nothing at all, but the locket was on the other side of the room, and for the rest of the holiday, odd objects kept mysteriously appearing and reappearing in the flat. Freaky, scary, you know? But I definitely think, it's not something that you want to play with. It's not something you want to mess with. The spiritual world is no joke. It's really real. It's there, and if you call on evil, evil will come. Like, it's just common sense, but to each their own. Hey, Monica, or Mona K. Mona KW. What's under your bed? Cold spots, cold front. What are you guys talking about? Vamplier or Vamplifier. I like the little ghost. That's super cute. That's crazy, Kurt. I don't know. Personally, I would not play with that, I never have. But my mother used to tell me stories. Her mother used to play with the Ouija board, and she would tell me horror stories of what, she would see things around the house. She would see ghosts and shadows. Even one time when she was like 12, or maybe even younger, actually, I can't remember her exact age, but she saw her dad hanging from a noose in her doorway, and she hid underneath her blanket the whole night. She woke up in the morning with a white streak of hair. She still has it to this day, still there. Super scary though. If you call on them, if you play with those kinds of things, bad things can happen. Just saying. But yeah, no, it was not something that was allowed in our house, thank God. And it was never something that was allowed in my house either. That was just something I carried on, something I took with me from my mother. She had to see a lot of scary things, which is really sad. You threw them away, told you some scary things happened to them. Well, yeah, and like I say, to each their own. I'm not here to tell you what to do and what not to do. It's just what I don't do. I don't allow it in my house, and I don't partake in it. I don't play with that kind of stuff. But yeah, she said it was pretty scary. There was a lot of scary things that had happened that she saw. So it was definitely something that scared me enough that I was like, well, that's never going to happen in my house. Never going to have that in my house, so. I don't know if you guys want me to read the last story. Do you want to hear the last one or no? Like, it's your call. What do you think? The last one is called, well, it's not really even a story. I just realized it's like the afterword. The one that I just read you was the last story. Oh, boy. Read. No bueno. Love it. Love it, Lori. That's awesome. I'll read the afterword for you, Kurt. It's fine. It's only like a page and a half. Go on. Okay, Hazel. Hey, Brooke. My mother never allowed it either, and you understand why. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, she told us enough stories. I understood why. So I wasn't going to be playing with that. For me, my dad beat my ass once for playing one on a graveyard at 13. Told me if he ever caught me doing it again, I was to move out. He was deadly serious. Yeah, that's pretty deadly because what you bring home could affect the rest of the house, right? So yeah, like scary. I'm sure that he did that out of love, in a sense, but also probably out of a little bit of fear, for what might have been being opened up or whatever, right? Your mom was a witch, Monica KW? Oh my gosh. How did you know that? Did she tell you that? Bad juju. What do I find frightening? Hoodoo practitioner. So you mean like voodoo? Yeah, it's pretty deadly. There's some pretty scary stuff out there, in my opinion. You don't want to play with that kind of stuff. The butt spanking generation. Yeah, I had a lot of that too, though, but not necessarily all for the good reasons, but whatever. That doesn't even make sense, Kurt. My mother wished dad was a ghost. She didn't believe in them. What? Like saying it out loud doesn't make sense. Oh, okay. That Vamplifier, okay. What the heck, Percy? Yes, that's true, Trudy. All right, so I'll just read the quick afterword. The supernatural, it says the last free space, question mark. Humanity's relationship with the supernatural is constantly evolving. If we look at how humans react to anything that lies outside their immediate influence, we can see a cycle that moves from fear to propitiation to exploration and finally control. I would argue that the species we've moved past the fear stage, we're almost through a propitiation stage. Sacrifices are definitely on the wane, and the age of exploration is just dawning. Many different factors are driving this. One is technology. Far from pushing the supernatural to the margins of life, new technology is opening up channels for interaction from direct contact, such as communication through digital devices, to indirect contact, such as extraordinary numbers of portions available on the internet. Just recently, a house in New Zealand captured spirits in holy water, bottled them, and successfully sold them on eBay. Another, curiously, is leisure. Foreign travel and the exponential rise of recreational internet use are making foreign cultures more and more accessible. This can be negative. Islamic exorcisms seem to be learning how to be violent from sensationalist depictions of Christian ones, but in the main, it is positive. The attitude to ghosts and spirits in most Asian countries, in a world away from attitudes in the West, far more accepting, far more positive, far less judgmental. Whether this is bad or good remains to be seen, but the world has never suffered from having too many open minds. Television, too, is playing an important role in normalizing paranormal events and supernatural intervention, with a proliferation of TV mediums and ghost hunters serving up a pretty routine menu of B-list celebrities receiving harmless shocks and scares. Of course, there have always been men and women who sought both to explore and control the supernatural world, but in the past, such activities have been confined to elites and marginalized groups. Wizards, witches, priests, and shamans have made this their specialty. Today, the process has been democratized. Everybody is up for it, and this shows, I believe, the largest rational shift between the natural and supernatural worlds. People are less afraid of ghosts than they used to be, and more inclined to accept them as part of natural order of some sort. This is bound to have an effect. The question is what? In the first place, it makes the world a far more interesting place to be, knowing we share it with owlmen, mothmen, spirits, sprites, ghosts, and yes, demons, is right in step with the impulse to embrace and learn from new cultures, not merely to try to colonize and exploit them. If fear drove a wedge between us and them in the past, that is certainly not the case now. Although we are exceptions, the supernatural world is no more dangerous than this. Such terror it does induce is likely to be generated by us. The second effect of this increased traffic is to put us humans in our place. We are not alone, and there is much to learn, and we do not have to go all the way into space to find it. Thirdly, it should encourage a monotheistic religion to look with a bit more analytic insight into their own belief systems. Many people who profess a belief in God deny the existence of other supernatural forces or powers and label them mere superstitions. Perhaps they are missing the point. Sorry, that wasn't a question. It was more of a statement. Perhaps they're missing the point. There is nothing mere about superstition, and they would do well to bear in mind the evidence from Genesis, the first book of the Bible, that the God of Jews, Christians, and Muslims is just one of many. He's described as jealous, not because he wants to stop followers worshiping gods that don't exist, but because he wants to stop them paying respect to gods that do. These gods, Moloch, Beelzebub, et al., were then recast as demons. Little wonder then if they feel a little hostile. All this begs the question, what is the effect of the 21st century on the paranormal? It is hard to be definite, but my hunch is that that the more interaction, the more interesting things become. We have seen the negative side of this in exorcism, where anything other than the firm request for a demon to leave generally creates an escalating cycle of violence. More positively, people who work in the field of EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, discover that the longer they keep at it, the more responses they get, almost as if the spirits take a while to locate the device on the other side and then work out how to use it. Will any of this demystify the supernatural world? That is unlikely. The more glimpses we get and the more curiously we look at it, the richer and more intricate it seems. Ultimately, of course, we are just guessing, and this is for the best. As the world becomes more crowded, as globalization makes more things homogeneous, I don't know. As science explains more and more, and business and legislation seems to intrude further and further into every area of everyday lives, the supernatural is one space that the people have wrested away from the authorities. The church no longer has any real power over who worships what. Governments in Europe, at any rate, no longer persecute witches. Once there was a dream that the internet would provide total freedom for all. That proved impossible, and cyberspace is now tagged and regulated. Perhaps the occult, the dark side, the supernatural is the last truly free space on Earth, or somewhere close to it. Ta-da! Oh, well, so that's that. I feel like my coffee's probably gone cold with all that. Oh, no, it's still lukewarm. Well, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the reading. It was fun. Just lift this back up. Cutting off my head. There we go. Joe Powell. Gotta spell your horrible partner and turn him into a toad. That's cute. After I lost my son, I opened a huge door with my grief. My house was filled with demons. My camera one time went off on its own. Then I knew it's not my son. My life has been crazy. Aw. Well, what are you doing anything about it, Amanda? Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate for you. It's better now? Oh, okay. Well, don't scare us like that. Sheesh. Sorry. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's scary, Clary. Because let's not forget that the children and the animals see it first, right? And I think you have to kind of try whatever you have some faith in or you believe in, you know? You missed everything, Burr? Out preparing for weekend snow. So you have to what? Clean up like all your stuff outside or what? Thumbs up on my video? Thanks. You've missed me so much, Brooke. Aw. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were missing me so much. Is that what they say? Dare to be different? I'm glad we could talk about it, interact with each other on it. Oh my gosh. Lower back pain's the worst. I literally have to wear a brace every single day of my life. It sucks, And it still hurts. Like, it's still not great. Was Lorna here? Is she leaving? I don't even see the name. Oh, sorry. You meant like it's written by somebody. Sorry, Clary. Blonde moment. Oh, yes, I got it. I'm just like, ah. Oh boy. Yeah, I got you, hun. What's PT? No, it's okay. It's all right. I just read it wrong. Great read. You're glad you found the channel? Yeah, it was a good read, eh? It's been a while since I've done a read on here. I've done a few other books and stuff. When I figured out what it was, it got a lot easier. Nice, Mona. I think I'm on the same page with you right there, Oh, that's okay, hon. Maybe you could rewatch the beginning. It's only 36 minutes in was the beginning, where I think was kind of like the whole thing. It's weird how you found this channel, but you're glad you did. Okay, Kurt. Well, I'm glad you did too. Welcome. Been very anemic in the ER for weeks. Major medical issues, which made me have to leave. He was a moderator. Oh, that's okay, hon. You always do? Aw. Yeah. Yeah, get yourself right, Brooke, first. You know, I don't want you to overextend yourself. You know, we already have a lot that we're all each dealing with. So please heal yourself, you know. Sending healing thoughts your way. That's awesome. I love that little heart with the gold all around it. That's cute. I don't have one like that, I don't think. You love this is my living room here. Yeah. It is pretty cozy. You're recovering now. Good job, Brooke. That's awesome. Bless you, honey. I hear you, sister. There you go. I knew we were on the same page, Mona. Love it. Vamplifier, it's okay that you misspelt my name, but it is with a Y, just so you know. It's just like it's spelt just like the wine. It's all good, honey. The I and Y are really not that far apart on the keyboard. It's all good. I say names all the time, so it's really not a big deal. You're joining Facebook. Didn't I add you on Facebook? Because I swear I saw your picture, but it could have been on the YouTube chat, and I just I'm mixing it up in my mind, you know? You're back, Hazel? Yay! New home, no mold. Nice. I've lived in a few moldy places. It really messes with your lungs and your necklace. Clary, this is a body jewelry. Cute, right? It goes all the way around. It's cute, huh? Yeah, mold does mess with you big time. You made a coffee? I think I'm going to have to go make another one pretty soon. This was really cute. This is the fair, like, it's like one size, which is amazing. And it's so like dainty cute, you know? Just kind of dresses up the outfit in a sense, or the shirt that you're wearing, you know, or you can wear it with a bathing suit, so it dresses up your bathing suit, you know. Yeah, it is pretty neat. Hey, I like it. It was seriously, I think I got it at this is one of the rare things that I bought like in the store. I got it at La Senza, I think, the lingerie store or whatever. I was buying bras and panties, and I saw this, and I saw like the bra and the panties, but of course those are not one size. They say one size, but they mean one size for your thigh. so I returned those. Oh boy. You have lupus too, Brooke, eh? Or I'm not saying that as in I have that. I meant because Shanann had that, right? So did somebody say hola? I mean, Hazel, I see Seriously, those bras, like, no, I don't even have the biggest boobs, you know? I do have a big butt though, so putting on those little tiny little panties was not like, and because it was jewelry, it wasn't stretchy at all. They should make it stretchy. That would be amazing. Because they look so cute, but you know, I don't have the body to pull it off. I'm like, whatever. You have to stop caring at some point because not everything's going to fit everybody, you know? I'm a firm believer of dress for your body type. Don't dress for the fads because not everything looks good on everybody. You're in Spain, Hazel. My gosh. I'm in Canada, you guys, for those of you that don't know. You have Lyme, Sarah. Aw. Excuse me. Did Shanann have all those too? I don't know. Because like the autopsy report didn't state what she had. It stated that she was fairly healthy, actually. So you'll send emojis and put them under your bed. Always seeing some sexy little bras there, and I'm like, defo ain't holding my chest balloons, right? It's just like whatever. For some things, you got to dress for your body, you know. So. You love the Trailer Park Boys? I'm actually friends on Facebook with one of them or something. I'm not actually even sure how that happened, but we somehow got connected. So it was kind of cool to see him like hanging out on the set and like going to the dressing rooms and all the stuff that they have. It was really neat. Yeah, Trailer Park Boys. Hey, Christine. How are you, honey? I just call it all of you guys, honey, because I just love all of you guys. Hmm. Well, that's unfortunate for you, Sarah, you know? Ooh, so guess what we're gonna do for tomorrow, you guys? Tomorrow's Saturday, so we're gonna do Caesar Saturday. It's Caesar, like the Caesar the drink, with Mott's Clamato. Like it's the 50th anniversary this year, and so tomorrow I'm doing Caesar Saturday with you guys. We're gonna hang out in the kitchen. We're gonna make a couple Caesars and chat stories. So hopefully that sounds exciting. Caesar. So if you've never had it, it's a drink, and yeah, it's on the website, the Caesar Mott's Clamato website. They have 50 recipes on there. So I'm going to grab a couple of those and I'm going to buy some things and we're going to do some Caesars and we're going to hang out and chat. Well, at least you have the alternative healthcare for sure. Yeah, Caesar Saturday. That's what I thought, you know? You'll have to check the Ouija board for emojis. Eesh. Mona. Vamplifier, have you ever tried a Caesar or no? You've got to, you guys, if you get a chance, go check out the website. There's some pretty funky recipes on there. And then they show winners for across Canada. So each province has like a drink winner. So yeah, it should be fun. There's some pretty interesting freaking recipes on there. Let's see. I think I got it on my laptop. Let's see if I can find one. Read it to you because there's some that I'm obviously not going to do. Like one had a piece of an octopus thing sticking out of it. Like, I don't even know how to eat that, or I don't think I'd want to even try octopus. Has anybody tried octopus here? Is it good? What is it like if you have, you know? Hail Caesar Saturday. Yeah, no, not really like that, but that's why I thought I should explain it, you know? People are going to be like, so we're going to Rome or until next live, Kurt, we are doing 7 days of live and it ends next week. So on like Tuesday. So octopus tastes like beef? No way. For real? Oh, that's so not what I thought it would have tasted like. I gotta show you guys this drink. It's just so. Okay, see you later, Kurt. Have a wonderful day. I wonder if the octopus one was somebody that actually won in Canada for the drink contest. You love escargot? I've never tried that either. The consistency, you don't like it? I can't see the squares. I don't know what it is. You have squid. It's okay, but rubbery texture. See, bleh. I would not like that. All right, you guys. So this guy in Quebec was the guy that made that drink. And you see the octopus thing out of it, right? But it's a Caesar drink. He's the winner in Quebec, so. But like octopus tastes like cow. Interesting. I never would have thought that. Seriously. They're from outer space, Mona. I don't know. I've seen some pretty deadly dishes in Asia. Yeah, Trudy. I've seen some crazy dishes where there's stuff is still like alive and you know they're slurping it back and it's sticking to their mouth, like the octopus thing and stuff. I don't know. Is that healthy? I mean, I'm sure it is. They're all surviving over there, but oh my gosh, that's so crazy. And like, isn't there some kind of a fish that could give you paralysis or something if it's not cooked properly? In Mongolian buffet, weirdest stuff. It's interesting. I mean, to each their own. I just never tried any of this stuff, and I'm like, wow, this stuff's like, you know, you watch some of the channels that travel and to taste different foods around the world. Animal cruelty, awe. Well, I mean, I think that it's kind of the circle of life in a sense, Trudy. I think if we exaggerate it and we kill it and we just keep, you know, eating and eating and eating a certain species until it's extinct, that is not okay. I don't think that's okay. But the general circle of life in you know, in a certain sense is okay in my opinion, you know. I don't think it's animal cruelty if you're going to actually, you know, use the meat for, you know, for what it's supposed to be, you know, not just to kill for the fun of it or something, you know. And certainly nothing extinct, you know. You can't, I wouldn't, you know, I would not want to be, you know, a part of taking a species off the planet, you know. He'll eat practically anything. Lori. Oh boy. Hey, E Blackburn, how are you? I'm kind of a fussy eater too, Clary, but well, like I'm kind of a creature of habit with eating. That's what it is, you know? They hit open live monkey and eat the brain. What? Ew, that's gross. Ugh. But to each their own, not, here to judge how people want to eat their food. But there's some things out there that I don't even think I'd want to try. We used to have this festival that happened each year in Winnipeg, and it was called the Taste of Manitoba. And all these different restaurants would set up like kiosks, and you could buy tickets to sample different kinds of foods from different ethnicities and cultural backgrounds and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. Like I tried ostrich there once. It was really weird. It was really weird. It had some kind of a white sauce with it, and it was the texture of it was off. It was odd, but it was just something different, And I thought, well, it's a bird, and I eat chicken and stuff, so I thought I'd try it, But we don't actually do that festival anymore, which is unfortunate. It stopped like years ago, but it would have been really cool if they would have kept that going. Right, Lori? How far in are we? We have not even had one trouble. An hour and 15 minutes in. I'm so happy. That's amazing. Rabbits taste like chicken. I don't know if I've ever actually tried rabbit, to be honest. Sherry was reading. We had some dude talking about Satan and hell. I sent him to the nice stuff. Oh, really? See, I couldn't pay attention. I didn't see that. Puffer fish. Is that the one that gives you the paralysis if it's not cooked properly? Because that's scary. But I hear it's like thousands and thousands of dollars just to have it made for you, Ostrich is sweet. You like it, Hazel? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like it. It was different, It wasn't something that I was like, oh, I'm totally going to go to the restaurant and order that one day, It was like, it was okay, Yeah, it's not just the taste, it's the consistency. I'm totally with you on that, Lori. I agree. I've heard that alligator tastes like chicken, but I've heard a lot of meats people say taste like chicken. That's what made me think like the octopus would have tasted like fish or something, I would never have thought it would taste like beef. Like, does it taste like beef, but it has the consistency, the texture of fish? Because that would be a weird combo. You're eating into what you think is beef, which would be more like hard, and fish is really soft. You have to watch what you eat. Brooke, I kind of watch what I eat all the time, though, within reason. Like, I still have junk, regularly in a sense, Like yesterday, I made a little homemade poutine, French fries, gravy, cheese. It was so yummy. But I don't have that very often. It's actually like, I think it's the first time in like 6 months or a year that I've even had that at home. Like I've ordered it one other time, but one or two other times actually last year. It's chewier than beef, but tastes like beef. That's weird. Frogs taste like chicken. I've never had frogs either, actually. Alligators, gross, Trudy. Yeah, tough. I guess that was the word I was looking for, Hazel. Thank you. Sushi can be dangerous because of the parasites. You know what, you guys? I've never tried sushi in my life. I've never had sushi. Think you need a special license to cook and serve puffer fish? Oh, interesting. Camel meat is tough and tastes like cardboard. Not that I've eaten cardboard. You're funny. That's funny. Seafood has to be eaten there and then it's soft and chewy. Just tastes good. I've never had calamari either. I don't know what that is even, actually. What is calamari? Is that a fish or it's probably a fish? Like I used to eat shrimp as a kid, but I mean, shellfish and that kind of food was always more expensive here because we don't have oceans, close by. So it's always more expensive for, for us here. So I just don't, I didn't really eat it a lot. And then I had an allergic reaction when I was like 20. So I thought I was allergic to them for a while, but then I went later in my 30s for drug testing, allergy testing. And apparently I'm no longer allergic to it. So your skin crawled at what thought? I've heard that there's sushi that doesn't have like any fish in it. So that's probably the kind I would try first, but I've never, I don't know, like it's just like rice though, right? So I don't really like to eat a ton of carbs all the time. I try to moderate the carbs that I take in, because I have a really slow metabolism. You have cardboard phobias? Oh, how did that happen? Hey, Deborah, Michelle Johnson, how are you, honey? Squid is calamari. Oh, okay. Hey, MGL sister, how are you? Lori's just like, yuck. You found it rubbery. Yeah, I don't really like rubbery food. Like I don't mind. Like that's why I could never eat whatever it is that people say is aphrodisiac, oysters. I could never. Ugh, it just looks like a bowl of snot. And it looks like it's really rubbery and chewy, and I'm just like, no thanks. I don't think I could do it. I don't care what anybody else wants to eat. It's just for me. I'm like, I wouldn't order it. I wouldn't want to try it. I'm kind of reserved and sheltered in the food area. I'll try certain things, but not everything, I can't believe octopus tastes like beef. I'm just like, that's crazy. So yeah, I thought that Caesar Saturday would be really fun, and we can hang out in the kitchen. And you don't buy sushi, you make it at home. Yum. You love king crab legs. I've never actually had a crab either. I would probably try lobster and crab and that kind of stuff. I just there's certain seafood things that I don't think I'd even be willing or wanting to try. Cuddle me, oh my gosh, Clary. You don't eat much meat, Caroline? Yeah. I need to put sushi on my bucket list. I will. I should try it. That's something I think I would try. Sushi, the crab, the lobster, stuff like that. But like, and I might even try the octopus, hearing that it tastes like beef, but I don't know about some of the rubbery texturized type stuff, You cannot look. You get out of there, Deborah. You don't like the meat section? Yeah. You don't eat anything from the ocean or anything other than pig or cow. Interesting. I'm getting away from the pork personally. I don't know. I'm finding it more and more fatty, and I don't really like that. I already don't eat bacon, but I used to eat pork ribs, and they're just becoming like they're just too fatty. I love ribs, but I'm gonna have to switch to the beef ones, but they're usually more expensive and stuff too. So I just kind of stay away from them now. It's fun to have sushi parties. That sounds like so much fun. Now I have to go to the store, Lori. I love it. All this food talk, first of all, this food talk is not making me hungry. Self-talk, right? Clarity. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. It's too late to eat. You don't like shrimp, Caroline? Crab is better than lobster, in your opinion, MGL? Yeah, I'm going to have to try it sometime. I'm going to have to get it already cooked, though, because I really can't imagine putting the poor thing in the boiling pot and trying to keep the lid on it while it's, you know, getting boiled and stuff. I'm like, no, I'll let the restaurant do that. Oh, I didn't know mussels can kill you if you eat a bad one. Guess I didn't have it here. I was so excited about Kroger and bought all of them. What did you buy all of, Brooke? What did Trudy? You became a nurse, so the meat's gross to you now, Trudy? That's okay. To each their own. That's okay. You can't eat the pig because they're similar to dogs to you, Deborah? That's all right. A leg bar of chocolate on here? Yum. Your words, a word, a change. PC, no way. Hey, Sue. How are you, darling? Haven't seen you in a little while. You eat bacon on everything, Brooke? That's cool. As you're cooking it, you're banned from cooking bacon here. You get to breakfast. What bacon? There wasn't any today. Brooke's already eaten all of it. No, I'm good. You guys can have the eggs and toast and hash browns. That's cute. What the heck is conch? Conch is a local specialty here. What the heck is that? Hey, Lorette Bernard. Or Berard. Sorry. I missaid that. Of course I missaid that. It's a name. Oh, boy. I'm just going to run and grab a coffee, you guys. I'll be right back. Where did I go? I went to grab a coffee and go pee quick. Quick bathroom break there, you know. We still got half hour-ish to go. So I try to keep it at a couple of hours to kind of spend some time together. Gives us a well-rounded time frame to chat about a bunch of different subjects that we want, you know. Of course, right? Somebody comes back to the channel and they're just like, nice living room. Where's the host? Funny. We're sharing the bacon, Brooke. Oh, you guys. You're taking a shower, Mona. That's so cute. Yeah, I'm back. That didn't take too long. No, I try to be quick. I don't want to leave you guys just sitting here, you know. I really am consciously aware that I have walked away from the camera while it's live, you know. So I'm like, okay, I just got to go quick, you know. The coffee's not even that hot. Like I tried to plug the kettle in while I went to the bathroom, but I went to the bathroom so darn quick. The kettle didn't really have time to warm up again. You just got back, Kara. That's okay. I hope y'all like sausage because I ate all the bacon. You're funny. I used to be the sausage can. Yep. That was my breakfast treat way back in the day. Anyone remember the movie The Jerk? He goes to the waiter in an expensive restaurant, get these snails off my plate. No, I don't. I never saw that one. What? Where's Deborah's other message? You ate snails only because you were drunk. So do you remember what they tasted like, Deborah, or no? You love the wave in my hair? Oh, thanks, Fermi. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, honey? Much love to ya. Much online love to ya. You haven't had your coffee yet? Well, go grab a coffee and come back and sit down. Join us. I'm good. We understand. Okay, Lori. Aw, Fermi's got a frown going on. She definitely needs that caffeine. You're good. Okay, hun. I hope UK speaking you understand. I spoke to one person about Chris Watts' case saying, put bodies in boot. He didn't understand. I didn't. Well, I wouldn't probably known what that was either. Oh, and let me just state, you guys, I did relook at the shadow video, and you guys are right. It does look like he's picking up the shadow, you know? It's just that that particular thing kind of got stopped so many times. I didn't quite catch that, but it's true. He does look like he's picking up the shadow. You're having wine, Clary? Lucky gal. I've got wine in the fridge, but we're going to be doing the Caesar thing tomorrow, so I think that it could very well possibly have been one of the girls. I don't know if it could have been Bella, though. I don't know. You're leaving, Joe? Okay. Bye, hun. Sleep well. Sherry, you spy. Telescope. Brooke, the host has left the building. Right. Just really, it's kind of rude. That I'm really aware of that, you know. You're having Bailey's? Oh, I love Bailey's. Love, love, love Bailey's. I actually have hazelnut cream mixed in here, and it's kind of reminds me of the Bailey's. Yeah, we're gonna do Caesar Saturday because it's Mott's Clamato and Caesar the drink, the Caesar drink. It's the 50th anniversary. So we're gonna do Caesar Saturday tomorrow. That's our plan. But I think we're gonna start it later on. Like, I don't know. One's not bad. It's a Saturday. You know. Please don't say that. Why, you don't like you don't like Caesars, Clary? Please don't say what? What did I say? Hail Caesar Saturday. Jeez whiz. We're getting drunk. No, we're not going to get drunk. We're just going to have a couple. There's 50 recipes on the website, the Mott's Clamato website. And I really wanted to try some of them. So I thought, I'll go pick up a few things and we'll make some Caesars. Do a Caesar Saturday. You need my cup for Baileys. Yeah. Wow, that would be a lot of Baileys. No judgment, Sue. I remember growing up, my mom would always say that about the amount of alcohol in my dad's drink, and he would always say, it's the ice. Making it look like it was more. No drinking for you tonight? You have bar mitzvah to go to tomorrow? Yeah, I don't know. I might have a glass of wine later tonight, but I don't know. I might not, you know. The picking up of the shadow. Oh, well, yeah, I don't know, man. I honestly, like, I go relook at that again, Clary, because, man, it looks like it very well could have been one of the kids or something. And I don't know if we're ever really going to know what the hell happened, you guys, you know? We don't know. I don't think we're ever going to know unless Chris decides to tell us. So, and I don't think he's been truthful really very much. So how do we know that we're even going to get the truth? More than one way to skin a cat. This is actually body jewelry. Check it out. Kind of cool, right? Goes all the way around. Cool, right? Are you having a meet and greet in LA? That would be really cool, but not that I'm aware of. Drink my strawberry Baileys. Yum. We don't have strawberry Baileys here. We've got caramel and I think there's a couple. Irish cream, maybe. You guys, I just want to go and heat up this cup of coffee real quick. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, sorry. So sorry. You're taking her dates. I like my coffee to be nice and hot. Otherwise, I just slam it back and then my stomach hurts. And the white cat. You love cats? He's so sweet. Cloud. That's his name, Cloud. I've had the white one for 7 years now, so back of my head's probably messy. The telescope, yeah. Really cool. I actually have the adapter to it that you can see the blue stars, but I'm missing a cord for it that I accidentally threw out when I was moving. I actually remember doing it, and I'm just like kicking myself because now it doesn't work. It's kind of just like a It's just like a great conversation piece now. Let's analyze her house. I'm a pretty neat and tidy type person. Those figurines that you see, let's see if I can't move my hand right there. There's one, and then there's two down there. Those figurines I collect over the years. I haven't in a really long time though, but it'd be nice to find a friend one, because those ones are kind of like baby and marriage or something relationship, you know. Cherry Baileys, yum. I'm on the wrong channel to meet and greet in LA. Oh, that was someone else? Oh, okay. Need help with my Sandy, the 2-year-old pit. She's so wacky and friendly. Is that your child, Fermi? I'm just scrolling up to say, I'm not rude if I need to pee or get coffee. Thanks. Thanks, Brooke. Need to send me a mini Keurig. That would be cool. They're kind of like a little smidgen expensive to afford the coffees on, but you know, that's a nice treat. I would bend to afford it. Clary, why are you upset? No, I didn't say skin a cat. No. What are you talking about? I did not say that. You misunderstood me. I would never say that. Sheesh. You saw the shadow. It does look like a little girl. You know, I really freaking thought that it was Nicole. But unfortunately, you guys, I'm now realizing he really did pick that shadow up. And it could have been one of the kids, which is just sad. Seriously sad. Now my cup is too hot. I can't hold it. What was worse have I ever done when drunk? Americans won't know that what that is a vodka paralyzer. It's Colorado Bulldog or a White Russian. Well, thanks for that. I've got this bartending book guide and I can't find Caesar in there to save my life. Of course, I should have Googled. I bet you now that you say that, I'm going to find the recipe that was in this book, because I wanted to know what was maybe in this book, you know, recipe-wise. Colorado Bulldog. White Russian, page 120. What does it say? Because I was looking on the website to see what kind of recipes they had on the Mott's Clamato site, but then I also wanted, well, that doesn't quite seem right, because like the Caesar is made with like Mott's Clamato juice. So there's all different kinds of Mott's Clamato juices now, right? Spicy ones, lime kick ones. It's regular, like it's tomato juice, right? It's, you know, vegetable juice. And then you mix it with like Worcestershire sauce and hot sauce and like a little bit of pepper. Some people put a pickle or like a cucumber or a piece of celery in there. White Russians are your fave. Well, this recipe says that it's 1 ounce of vodka, 3/4 ounce of coffee flavored liqueur, and 2 tablespoons of light cream. I wouldn't really want the cream. It's a heavy drink, and I don't really like mixing alcohol and milk, you know, and cream. Like, I know that there's like a brown cow or something like that, but I was never really big on those, you know. No tomato juice in the right Russian. Yeah, I'm seeing that. But I don't like the heaviness of the cream, you know? Like I don't even put cream in my coffee, like not full cream. Sometimes I'll do a flavored cream, but it's very little, you know? A Bloody Mary. That's another name for it. Thank you, Kara. No kitties. No, I mean the kitties will be here, but no drinks for the kitties. Do any of you remember Cherry B and also Baby Cham? No, I don't. I don't. No drama for me. Aren't you 100% right about that? Isn't it nice, right? We don't even have trolls today other than that one this morning, and that's pretty awesome. Move this book. It tastes like chocolate milk. Yeah, I understand, but I mean, if you mix it, it can also make you sick, you know? Pickle or olive in the US. Canada is celery. Yeah. Well, we do pickles, and now there's also like a spicy bean and all that they're selling here, you know? You're headed out for me? Okay, have a blessed day, girl. Love you lots. We'll see you again next time. You gained a lot of weight on White Russians and Frangelica freezes. Yeah, not something you'd want to drink all the time. Must only have them in the UK. Yeah, Clary is from around there, though, right? What now, Clary? What did I say now? But I want a gray kitten so bad. Handicap pit bull that has 3 legs because my fiance hit her. We had to take her to the vet a long time ago. Aw. Well, accidents happen. I'm sure she didn't do it, or, you know, they didn't do it intentionally. So, yeah. Poor pit bull. Thanks, moderator. What? Bitchy gypsy. That's cute. You hate my chat. Troll. Oh. Sue. Love thirst chats. That's awesome. You're allowed to poke fun. That's okay. The South, they do boiled shrimp on a skewer and the Bloody Marys. Yes, there's shrimp ones here as well, especially in the restaurants. Hello, Sergeant Kobe. If you're really a sergeant, that's so cool. And thank you for all your hard work. That's awesome. Hopefully you're one of the good ones. Just being real. There's good and bad of everything. Everyone tries stealing your pet because she has 3 legs. Aw. I was watching a comedian once that was his girlfriend wanted to go and get, you know, I want to say, you know, handicap animal. And he was like, you can't just go to the pet store and ask for a handicap animal and like, you know, no, I don't want any of these ones. What do you got in the back? You know, like, it was really funny. He's like, you have to be bestowed an animal that's, you know, challenged in some way or something like that. It was really funny little skit. You love all animals. Me too. Me too. My favorite wild animals are tigers, lions, cheetahs, panthers, obviously the cat family. have just said that for the beginning. Start listing all the same animal types. Oh boy, only me. Only me. You like your men like you like your coffee? Tall, tall, dark, and handsome, or what? That's awesome. That's super awesome. You even feed a family of 5 raccoons? That's so cool. We had a pretty big, we had some raccoons coming around Winnipeg and stuff, like right in the heart of downtown. It was like, where the heck are you guys coming from? Climbing the trees and getting into garbages and killing cats and all that kind of crap. It was just like, holy, we had to get animal control. You know, it was like if you spotted any, you were supposed to call it in and stuff. Can you chop his legs off? Oh my goodness, girl, MGL sister, brutal. That you know, like no animal cruelty on my channel, please, seriously. With dwarfism, that'd be kind of cute. Just always super tiny. You feed 5 hedgehogs plus birds. I have a bird feeder I have outside for. Yesterday, I noticed actually there was a squirrel and like 2 birds that were fighting. Like they are having it out. Like, get the hell out of my tree. The squirrel won. I was like, well, okay then. Snow leopards, yeah, they're so cute. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my, you're cute, Yvette. You want a parrot? I don't know. Too much. First of all, it's contradictory to having a cat. Like I don't really want to start mixing birds and cats in my house. I feel like it'd just be a matter of time before there was a sheer bloodbath. I'd be coming home to like feathers everywhere. Your friend has a parrot? That's just fuck off. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Crazy what you can teach those animals, though. You're funny, Trudy. My ex married. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was pretty brutal, MGL. Just saying. That was pretty deadly. I love comedians, Brooke. Oh, I love comedians. Seriously, it just kind of gets you out of your slump. It just, picks you up, and it just, there's some of them are really, truly super hilarious. I really like Russell Peters. You're behind. We're talking time to explain Americans would a vodka paralyzer and a Caesar and a Bloody Mary with Kamado juice. I used to tell you to be a bartender, and it worked at many restaurants. What? That doesn't make much sense, girl. Lorette? You used to tell me to be a bartender? What? That's what it looks like. Barks like her dog. Yeah, I don't know. The whole like bird and cats in the same house for me, I don't think I could do it, What's your favorite comedian, Brooke? There's one on America's Got Talent. Preacher Lawson. It's hilarious. I like Kevin Hart too. He's pretty funny. Yeah. Cedric, I really like him. Steve Harvey's pretty funny. But I think that my favorite is Russell Peters, to be honest. I think that's my favorite. Oh, I didn't know that budgies could be trained to talk. Interesting. Your cat, what? Your cat pees in the toilet, Trudy? Are you serious? Can you come and train my cats how to do that? Oh, boy. Dave Chappelle's not bad, too. He's had his moments for sure. Talk better than humans. Oh, my goodness. Seriously. What are you promising, Trudy? Oh, that your cat pees in the toilet. That is so cool. Did you train your cat how to do that? And if you did, how did you do that? Save on kitty litter a ton, no doubt. You're right about that. Oh, Liza is so awesome. Isn't she great? I really like her too. That's Liza, right? She's like making fun. Oh, love it. I love watching comedians. They totally pick me up out of my depression. Brooke, I'm totally on the same page with you with that. 100%. You like the America's Got Talent comedians? I really liked the America's Got Talent comedian that came on, and she was comparing that men are actually more like cats and women are actually more like dogs. And she went into her skit about it. I have literally pulled that up for people to listen to because it's just hilarious. I love it. Just love it. Did you see that skit, Lori? Because, I mean, it was just priceless. I was like, that is so true. So true. I loved that skit. It was hilarious. I can't even remember that girl's name right now because I always just punch it up as, you know, men are like cats and women are like dogs. Oh, is that the Eliza? Or are you talking about that girl? Yeah, that was a really good movie, Overboard. Thank you. You like my eyes? Thank you. They are natural. You didn't answer my question as to whether or not you're actually a sergeant. I was like, that's really cool. You don't have to tell me whether you're good or bad. I was just wondering if you really were a sergeant. That's super cool. The sheep sounding girl is Eliza. Okay, yeah, totally. I totally like her. She was so funny. She was really cute. Like the part where she was like, you know, us women getting ready, you know, and if the guy is late, we tend to start putting on too much makeup, you know, at that point, like, oh, just a little here and a little there and a little bit more here. We're touching ourselves up too much. It's seriously hilarious. I'm just like, yeah, that's true. Because you start, you know, second guessing if you look good enough. Did you get all the details of everything you wanted to? And then you go in and you fix too much and it ends up not looking exactly right or good anymore, you know? You really want a Bengal cat. Yeah, those are so cool, Lori, but they're so expensive. I can't afford one. Okay, so so the one thing no one has said about the first day video is about the detective in the red shirt. He was so quiet then in the kitchen when they had the purse. He just staring. What was he thinking? I'd have to see the clip of that again. If you wanted to send me the link of whatever you had seen, then I will look at it and then we can totally talk about it, you know? You wanted to pick whose brain? They are so expensive, Brooke. You're right. My laugh tickles you, Sue. That's cool. You are a sergeant. You're in the Army, retired. That is so cool. In the Army yet? Aw. My grandfather served in World War II and survived, and he ended up later dying from a heart attack. So thank you for your service. That's amazing. And I mean, you're retired, so you survived. That's amazing, you know? I'm sure you're married and your wife is happy. That's really cool. Body glitter. I love body glitter. Yeah. Yeah, you start putting on too much and you just look like a sparkle freak. So true. Oh boy. Brooke, you did see her? Oh, was she ever hilarious, that one? I really, really enjoyed her. Then your hair is stick out from too much spray. Yeah, exactly. I don't use spray in my hair. I just kind of let it do its thing. Google toilet training cats. Okay. You love the thought of makeup, but I hate all the work, so I just go natural. That's okay. I most of the time go natural too. You're not married? No way. I'm single. Oh boy. Cat was a bottle baby also. I've never had any bottle pets in my life. Britain's Got Talent, others have better singers than some America's Got Talent contestants, in my opinion. Seen one chick go from opera, which isn't my fave, to rock song. Wow, well, that's a good range, though, hey? I've always wanted to go and see an opera in real life, you know, or a classical, you know, show or something. Fancy schmuncy, you know? You get to dress all fancy and go somewhere cool, you know? You see a date coming? Who knows? I'm a little much for most people. Oh. Meet the Fockers. Oh man, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. I actually like um Adams or oh, for crying out loud, brain fart, right? I like the actor in the main actor in that movie. I can't remember his name right now. I had a brain fart. My grandfather, it was in World War II, Maria's Kitty Cats, and I am German. My last name is Wiens. Just wondering, did your grandfather serving with Adolf Hitler? I believe that was involved because they were actually in the concentration camps and stuff like that. So it was pretty crazy back then. Oh, you used to be a bartender, Lorette. That's what you meant. Okay. And by the way, I'm not racist at all. Like I don't agree with the way Hitler did anything. I don't agree with what he was doing and stuff, you know? So as much as I come from that background, it's that is one moment in my background history that I'm not proud of, you know? And it would have been very difficult for me to try to support something like that back then. Like I'm glad I wasn't born back then, you know? Is it okay if I share a link of these two boys rapping about bullying? Yeah, that's totally cool, Brooke. Go for it. Are you laughing at me, Clary? Ben Stiller, thank you. I thought it started with a B, and I'm like, Brian. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know. It's gone. I don't have any kids at home. No, Sergeant. The Trinidaddy, you know what happened with Trinidaddy? Trinidaddy made a joke to me that when he met me, he was going to tie me up and keep me forever. And I told him I didn't even want to meet him now. He was probably joking, but you can't joke like that to me, in my opinion. Adam Sandler's great too, but you can't joke about stuff like that. You know, you're going to tie someone up and keep them and stuff. Like, not in this day and age. Are you freaking serious? So, hey, Marco Aragia, 2012. I have a few different cameras, so the drunk New Year's. Yeah. Yeah, I really wish he hadn't have said that because I'm just like, I don't trust you now. Oh God. New Year's was a blast. So that's why I was going to kind of try to recreate something like that for tomorrow, for Caesar Saturday, you know? Yeah, I know, right, Lori? I was kind of like, whether or not you are joking, that's really not that funny. And the fact that I cover so many crime stories and, you know, I just really didn't, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, yeah, I'm super picky about partners for sure. You know, if I see or hear or sense anything off, I usually am out of there. Oh my gosh, great grandmother was a Nazi, served in the British Army. Wow. Your nurse is German growing up? They tore down the wall. Yeah. What? Oh, your kids are part German. That's so cool. What's freaky boxing, Helena? What? I don't understand what you just wrote. More than one way to skin a steak. I look down. You're like, did I butcher that or what? Yep, you did. My background, I have a legal diploma on my wall right there. I graduated in 2017, and I'm actually also an esthetician by trade. So, investigator, you know, yeah, I like to look into these true stories, these crime stories. I like to kind of figure out what the motive was and why somebody did something that they did. And I like to share that and spread awareness so that, you know, everybody can see what maybe happened in each individual case, what brought that on, or sort of the background of the people involved and stuff like that. Um, It's German. I don't know how to read German. I don't even know how to speak German. I'm sorry. It's smart doing what I just said about committing into a relationship. What are you asking about? The man had some amazing stories. Oh. Yeah, Trinidaddy, I think I think he was joking, but I don't know him well enough to know whether or not he was joking because I don't know him. So he said that when we met, he was going to want to tie me up and keep me forever. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't even want to meet you now. Thanks. You speak German? That's so cool. My dad speaks German, but he never had enough patience to teach us. So I don't know German at all. Am I going to give Dr. Pimple Popper more run for money being an esthetician? Oh, boy. I don't know. Yeah, Oma and Opa. That's exactly what I called my dad's parents, my grandparents on his side. He told her that he was going to tie her up and keep her forever. She's a piece of I was like, I can't do that. Sorry. I'm honestly, I kind of take things pretty face value, right? If you're gonna say something like that, I don't know. Do I really want a freaking chance that, you know, maybe you're lying and it's a joke, or that maybe I might, you know, meet you and you might actually freaking do it or something. Like, seriously. No, I'm not in Steinbach MGL. I'm actually the opposite direction. Yeah. Well, he's super far away anyways. I'm really not that keen on long distance stuff, And I'm really not planning on ever leaving Canada, so yeah, no, definitely not allowed to say stuff like that. Like, you're going to tie me up and keep me forever. I don't know. Like, it was just really weird. Like I said, he might have been joking, but we barely know each other. So it was really not super funny. It'd be different if I knew him for years and we'd met and we knew each other and stuff like that. And, then he made some stupid joke like that. Like, if I came down to visit, he'd want to tie me up and keep me forever. So yeah, no, I do have self-defense class underneath my belt. Hey, Sew It 559. I'm just gonna say that as Sew It. Because I really don't care to say your name properly. I am in Canada, Sergeant. I am. Yeah, Trinidad. I was like, eesh. Yeah, whatever. Horrible genes, had children with that sick man, and my 2 kids ended up with schizophrenia. Oh my gosh, Maria. Oh no. I said it fine. Okay. Because, if you were to separate that. Yeah, it sounded to me like it could have been truthful, Trudy, like, yeah, and it could have been a warning. He could have been serious. I have no idea because I don't know him. So for him to say something like that was really off to me. I mean, we hadn't even met yet. We were just talking about meeting, So, yeah. Trinidad. That's a good one, Clary. Love it. Thank you. Next. Yeah, exactly. Mississauga is where most of your family is. Oh, okay. So I actually don't exactly know where Mississauga is. Yeah, exactly, Clary. I'm like, oh my gosh. This is getting dark. Oh, don't worry, Brooke. Well, in order for me to get everything that I need for the Caesar Saturday tomorrow, I'm going to have to go and grab some stuff from the store. I don't like it at all. If you were my daughter, I would be like, no way. Aw, that's very sweet of you. If I was your daughter, that's really cute. I like that. Oops. He could have been feeling me out. You're exactly right about that, Yvette, and then you start to base all the conversations that you've ever had, the background, what all he's told you, adding it all up. I didn't know if he was serious or not. So I didn't want to take the chance, Like, I think what men need to realize in this day and age for dating and stuff is it's not as lucid and friendly as it used to be. Asking somebody where they live and stuff like that is not something you want to be doing in this day and age, asking where you're from is a different type of question, but you know what I mean? You can understand how, like, the safety issues involved behind some of that, yeah, you're right. Stalkers are for real. And, the sex trade and trafficking industry is for real. The bad that's out there is for real. So Liam Nelson. I love that actor in Taken. That was such a good movie. Love that movie. It was really, really like keep you on the edge of your seat type movie. It was like, eesh, You're going to the store also to get Mardi Gras ice cream that Brooke recommended? Mardi Gras ice cream? What the heck? You guys have the coolest stuff. We don't even get all that stuff. You have a particular set of skills. I don't know where you are, but you have my Sherry and I will find you and I will kill you. All right, easy now. Love you lots, but It's addicting. Well, maybe it's a good thing we don't have it then. uh, that's true. A true gentleman won't rush, like, and you can usually sense that when someone just, like, I just got pissed off at a guy who was doing that to me, just constantly. Every time he tried to talk to me, it was like, so where do you live? And it was just like, what the hell are you so concerned about where the hell I live for? Like, get lost. And then the other question I hate is, who do you live with? Like, what is that of your concern? Who I live with an army, mofo. Come at me. That's what I want to tell him. Like, I got 16 boys in the back. You want to fuck with me? Or something. Seriously. I don't understand why some of these questions sometimes, like, it's just like, oh my gosh. We won 1,000 on a scratch off, and now you're arguing over how we're going to spend it. Well, that's so cool. Congratulations, Monica, or Mona K. That's amazing. Good for you. That's awesome. You don't even eat ice cream a lot, but you bought that and ate 2 quarts in 2 days. Holy cow. Oh, it's a good thing we don't have that, because I do love ice cream. So if it's off the chain ice cream, I wouldn't be able to put it away either. I'd be like, damn. Sergeant, you're probably laughing at my whole, like, asking who lives with you and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh my God, seriously, like, the ice cream was worth it. Love you, Brooke. That's awesome. You get it, girl. You get it. He wanted a room in the basement with free rent, maybe. Yeah, you can go suck my toe. That's not happening. Oh, boy. While eating your bacon, you're funny. Yeah, the Taken movie was awesome, though, for sure. See my crazy son who pisses me off with all the guns everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. No, I usually just don't even bother answering those kind of questions. And I kind of tend to get upset towards the person asking it. I usually tell them straight, Suck my toe, yeah. Oh, I usually say suck my big fat toe, but whatever. Yeah, once in a while we hit one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I live with ninjas, mofo. It's a whole army of them over there, Oh, boy. Bluebell is so good. I just finished my half gallon of Moolinium. What the heck is a Moolinium? What is that? Is that ice cream too, or what? You speak softly and carry a big machete. Oh my gosh. Don't anybody piss off Mona. No, MGL, I didn't mean that towards you. And I actually told you yesterday where I am. I'm an hour away from you, remember? I said that I grew up in Winnipeg, where you are. Some stalkers should watch the movie Purge to understand. Some freak has a mindset that was crazy enough to create that story. That's kind of why I don't watch horror movies, you guys, is because somebody crazy thought of that, in my opinion, and someone else crazier might see it and try to reenact it or recreate it in real life. And I'm just like, no, I can't support it. I was just curious because I remember you telling me that you were in Winnipeg, and I said we should do a coffee. We should get together for a coffee or something. Light skin is back. Oh my goodness. I guess we got a troll. All right. So yeah, you guys, you had a phone repairman ask me that at my house, and that's the jobs those crazy guys get. Yeah, well, if you tell them to suck your big fat toe, they have a foot fetish. You can't win with these freaks. Yeah, that's true, Mona. You're right. That's true. Yeah, I had said that yesterday, MGL sister. I said, if you're just an hour away, we should get together. We should do a coffee or something, Actually, a show called Yeah, I saw the Copycat Killers. Yes, I have seen that show. do these crimes because they're obsessed with the psycho movies. Exactly, which is just plain freaking scary. So I just refuse to support it. There's all kinds of other people that do support it. So, but so okay, so yeah, it's already getting on, 3:30 here, you guys. So I'm gonna log off the live for today, and we'll be back again tomorrow. You're in Westwood on the perimeter. Do you drive, MGL sister? A coffee date with Sherry would be a blast. Yeah, totally. Sure, I'll give you a shout, Jody. See you later, Sergeant. Much love. I'm so glad you came to say hello. I'm seriously honored. I think that's really cool. You drive? Well, there you go. So you can come out to me because right now I'm still saving for a vehicle. If you guys remember my story from the summertime, I drove out to go and buy a vehicle in BC. I got the vehicle back here and it was the dashboard had been switched out on it and it had like 400,000 plus kilometers on the damn thing. There was stuff wrong with it. And when I tried to contact the person who sold it to me, the paperwork was not even the same person that sold it to me. And so like the whole thing was a sham and I lost my money and now I don't have a car. So back to square one. We'll just retry that again. And this time if I decide to go and get a vehicle somewhere, we're going to get it inspected before I bring it back home, especially if I'm out of province. Because as soon as you transfer provinces, you have to get it re-inspected and safetied and stuff like that, roadworthy and whatever. So for tomorrow's live, you guys, because we're going to be doing like Caesar Saturday, I would like to start it at like an hour later. So let's start at 2 just for tomorrow, just because, 2 I think would be better anyways. Shania. I actually saw Shania Twain in concert. She's really tiny. She's a really, really short lady. But she was awesome. Anyways, so tomorrow we'll do 2:00 Central Standard Time for our live, and we'll do Caesar Saturday. I'll have a story for you guys, and we'll just chat and we'll have some drinks, and we'll maybe do that online game again. Never have I ever. There were so many things I never got to tell you guys that I've never done. So I'm sure we can exchange some never have I ever in my whole life ever done something type stories. And and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. So 2 CST time. Mwah. I love you guys all. And never have I ever. I know, I like that game. Yeah. And there's so many things I didn't get to cover. So I'm going to start a list and be able to stay on track with it so I can really share some of those things with you guys. Brooke, thanks for your recommendation. Yes. Okay, so mwah, mwah, mwah. I love all of you guys. Thanks for joining, and we will carry on Caesar Saturday tomorrow for our 7 days of live. Have a great and wonderful day, you guys. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.